Today on Lab Press at Home, we're going to be making rubbings. I'm just using different textured materials. This is one of the oldest forms of printing. In ancient times, it would have been used to make copies of documents that were carved into stone tablets. But it's something that's really fun, and you can play around with different colors and textures. So these are the prints that I made, and I'm going to show you how to make them now. So here's my first textured element. I'm going to try it out with this piece of printer paper. And so I'm going to try a couple different things. I'm going to try some crayons, rubbing in a diagonal direction. So we get a little bit of texture there like that. I could also switch colors if I wanted to do a little gradient. Now I'm going to try a chalk pastel, and we get like a totally different texture with that, and it's actually kind of easier because you can use the long flat side and do broad strokes. And if I blend, I can get a gradient happening. So that's what you get from just a regular pencil. With charcoal, you get something like that. The color is really rich and black, so that's nice if that's what you're going for. And I'm going to try colored pencils. That's nice. You get a little more detail. I think pencils are better for things with finer details and thinner lines, and pastel and crayons is better for things like this with more bold lines. Lastly, I'm going to try oil pastel. So oil pastel is too oily, and I'm not really getting the texture here. So either crayon, chalk pastel, graphite pencil, charcoal, or colored pencil will work for this. Now I'm going to play around and try out other things that have texture around my house. So you can see how this picture frame came out. You can see I could do a gradient like I did here with one color on top and another on bottom. And also I was trying out different strokes. So try going this direction, try going diagonal. You could try going in circles and see what functions best. For things with smaller lines and details, a pencil is going to work better than the chalk. So I just discovered this with this one, but see if I go chalk here, I'm not really seeing the definition of this shape, but if I go with the crayon, I'm going to be able to see more of those details. And I am pushing kind of hard. You want to make sure that the textured item you're doing isn't moving. You could also create compositions. So I did this rubbing. Maybe now I take this item and I put the rubbing there to create the composition I want. So you could do something like that. You could put different pieces together and do layers, do multiple different rubbings on one paper with different colors. So here are some of our finished prints. I've done some with color and some that are just black and white you saw around the house. So what I could do with these is they could be original prints, or I could also make photocopies of them in black and white, and you could use them to cut up and make collages. You could do it for a zine or for the cover of a book, anything that you want, you know, fun textured paper for. So just experiment with it, and I hope you had fun and enjoyed this tutorial.